This is Blue Serpent, and today we're returning to the Settlers. This is launch day. We already played through the tutorial, so that should give you a basic idea of how to play the game. If you haven't seen that video, you can take a look. I personally wouldn't recommend going for the tutorial unless you don't know how to play the game. And the reason I say that is it has no entertainment value. It is just to, well, like most tutorials, just to kind of get you accustomed to the controls in any case, and basic mechanics of the game. So it does what it's supposed to, but unlike some games, it is not like a story adventure or anything or a prequel, and there's no achievements or anything like that. So you want to watch just how to play the game, you might be able to just learn from watching the playthrough instead. In any case, that was a long little thing about the tutorial, which I probably could have skipped. We're going to go and start the campaign.
The kingdom of Yelesi is threatened by a conspiracy. The military has captured the king and stripped the council of their power in an act to take full control of the land. While troops all over the advancing to take the capital and the harbor. In the cover of increasing chaos and destruction, a small group of loyal citizens prepares to rescue as many civilians as possible and leave with the last ship to unknown but safer shores. Army has landed in our homeland, Yelesi. Now, all eyes are looking to the envoys to decide what to do next. They begin their journey in search for the Guild Master.
Okay, so if I didn't already mention it, this is I call it a city builder slash RTS game where you have colony management and a couple simple supply chains, and then you basically build up your army to go out and conquer. So it has a couple RTS elements, couple management elements, a couple city builder elements. Hey, secure the holding cells. I'm going to apologize about the intro. Should have adjusted the volume for you guys. I like the little screams. That's a nice touch. I already mentioned it quite a bit in the tutorial video, but one thing I really like about this game is attention to detail. Every resource unit in the game can actually see units carrying it back and forth. So if you have to build something, they will carry the resources to wherever you're building it. Or for constructing a new type of unit, you recruit from the villagers, and whatever resources are needed are brought to that location for training. So it's actually pretty cool. Gear the guild hall, talk to the guild master. Also like that they have an icon on the mini map so you don't have to figure out where everything is. And like most campaigns, I think this is designed to just get you accustomed to some of the different units, and they're kind of doing it incrementally. There is actually like a attack move feature, so in this game it's a control click, right click. So
I'm glad you are here. We have a lot of work to do. My guild has set up camp next to the harbor, but I was cut off. We need to get as many people to safety as we possibly can. A ship is waiting for us, but we would be lost without the cartographer. Take a few of my men and check up on her house.
That's a little cool. If you complete an objective, they send out fireworks. That's nice. Secure the military checkpoint, secure the cartographer's home, and talk to the cartographer. And so,
Where's the healer? Just a scratch.
might have already mentioned it, but if you pre-ordered the game, that's what this cool skin is. Yeah, each faction has like a different skin for their towers, and there's a couple other things you can adjust in the game, like these little borders. There's unlockable skins in the game that you can get to kind of customize some of these some of the appearances of different units as well as buildings. Let's see. And I guess the reward is the additional um, units.
Where's the healer? Duty calls. Taking aim.
This particular unit, I want to say, is actually faction specific. So, like I think one faction has like a javelin equivalent, another one has berserkers. This one has arbalists, which, and if you're not familiar with that term, they have the cool little. If I'm not mixing up my my words, yeah, there we go, arbalist.
Just a scratch. Where's the healer?
There we go.
I hid under the bed while the soldiers torched my building. I could barely get out. I grabbed these maps and ran once they left. This isn't much, but everything else I own is burning in that fire over there. Let's move. I don't want to risk them coming back.
You know, I'd say it's okay because that house is lit.
I need some rest.
Okay. Cool. And now, this is actually a pretty cool looking warehouse.
Finally. I already feared we had lost you. Soldiers already captured many members of the council. This is madness.
I wouldn't be here if it weren't for the envoys. So what are we going to do now?
The ship has arrived, and my people are getting everything ready to leave. We are already running low on time, but we won't get far without any rations.
Yorick's bakery should have more than enough food. Let's get as much as we can and bring it to the ship.
I'll leave this to you then. In the meantime, I'll make sure there is enough space for as many people as possible. I'll wait here for you. Just don't be late.
Talk to the engineers nearby at temporary headquarters.
I need some rest.
Where can I help?
Ready to serve.
So we can send the engineers over there to pick it up. Bring it to the warehouse.
I need a break. Ready for duty.
There we go.
The envoys asked me to wait right here. I sure can use the exercise.
For some of these, and I guess in this case, the engineers just have to be with at the front of the building, and then okay, and then the timer starts, or you can pick everything up.
This bakery has provided excellent bread to the family very well. They were very close friends of my father. Now they were forced to leave everything behind, and when the army arrives, this place will be torn down or burnt to the ground. It must be horrible not to be able to save a life's work.
If there is a job to do, I can get it done.
There we go. And it's cool because it shows each little individual unit. Update. Baldwin, Rihanna.
Well done. This is more than enough food. But we need to protect the harbor and the ship until we are ready to leave. Most of the families are already sitting in the cargo hold.
We can't wait any longer.
We have to. Please, let's wait a bit longer. There are still more people coming as we speak.
We have to leave now. They already cut us off. If we don't get to the ship right now, none of us will go anywhere ever again.
I implore you. Please.
I'm sorry. Come on, let's go.
What I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to adjust that volume, so otherwise you're just reading the script, and that's not as fun. So let's see if we can fix that. It's still going to be pretty light, but you should be able to at least hear it now.
Ready for duty.
I usually try to keep the volume settings in game pretty low because a lot of people have complained about how loud the game itself is, so I usually try to keep it low compared to my own voice.
Order received.
Oh, it looks like the enemy is up
Duty
north.
calls. Reporting in.
At least that's what I'd assume. Let's see.
When will people stop asking me for directions? Standing by.
So one thing to notice is in this game, warehouses, which are these buildings, act as kind of the hubs. If all of your warehouses are defeated or basically destroyed, you lose the game. That's at least the condition for all the little multiplayer matches I played in skirmish mode. I'm assuming it's the same for the campaign as well. I don't know if it wants us to go here to trigger that condition or if we have to go back up north and just attack these guys.
Of course.
Here we go.
We're prepared.
Wonder where the there's the reinforcements. Fortunately, we're a bit out of position. What it might be smarter is just to pull back a little bit, draw them towards the tower so we have the tower supporting us, and then attack. Fortunately, that Well, mispositioning cost us a bit, but this is literally the first stage in the campaign. I'm pretty sure it's going to be easy mode. Oh, and they gave us a bunch of people right here. Cool. Fortunately, I don't have any build things, so there's not much I can do until building options. They definitely sped up how fast it is to attack buildings. In the beta, it was pretty slow, but they definitely sped it up. Dang.
Our warehouse is under siege.
I'm not sure how much of it is due to the presence of these guys, because they're literally made for destroying buildings.
My body hurts. Moving out.
Ain't nice. Landmark requires your attention.
Listening.
There we go.
Victory is ours.
Easy peasy. I'm sure the next part will have some actual building, because I think this is just setting the scene, so to speak.
A new beginning bears the promise of new hope and a life in peace. But the burden of the past events weighs heavily on the people's hearts.
Setting the stage, that's what I wanted to say. Not setting the scene. Same idea, though.
Why did you force me to leave? Just a little bit longer, and we could have saved so many more. It's just not right.
We couldn't have done anything different. Waiting any longer would have put the few we saved at risk.
Yet we left people behind. Friends, families, children. Doesn't it bother you at all? We lost everything.
But those we saved were saved because of you, and they need you.
Now everyone expects me to tell them how to continue. I already failed everyone, and they still ask me what to do next.
See? That's where you're wrong. It's not on you alone to find us a home. We share this burden, all of us. We will find a solution together.
How do you think we're going to do this, There's nothing left.
Look around. We have made it this far. Let's find out together. There's a lot of work to do.
I need some time to think. In the meantime, you could start to explore the island.
Of course. I will leave right away.
Build a logging camp, sawmill, and a quarry. Let's find our
Yes?
cool little engineer dudes. Usually the quarries are pretty obvious. They look basically have them look like stone. These areas that are covered in stone. So what I'm gonna do is send out a couple guys to explore before we start building everything up.
Yes?
Right there. Looks like that's where our quarry is. So what I'm gonna do, take 3 of you and send them up here to explore and kind of push our borders out a bit, so we can actually build that up and we don't have to wait for too long.
If there is a
You
job to do, I can get it done.
are going to do the same right here,
I'm
and I'm going to have the rest build all that cool stuff
The
for me.
envoys asked me to wait right here.
The
Looks like
envoys
they are
asked
on
me to wait
set
right
to
here.
auto build, which is convenient. We'll get a logging camp going, And it's actually cool. This is like a little indicator of how many resources you get with placement, or that it's an okay place to lay down the building. And then since some logs are processed into planks, we'll put a sawmill right next door. That way they don't have to go too far to process those. Like I said, everything in the game, every single piece of wood will be carried. So it's nice to have supply chains adjacent, so that way they only have to carry the wood this far. And then we will have, oops. Do we have any idle workers? Yes, we do. I am going to have him survey.
No deliveries needed?
I'm going to try again. Maybe I'm just not clicking it right. There we go. There we go. Maybe there's not a vein right there. Maybe there's a vein there. Let me check. That should be good enough. There's probably something I'm missing right there. Okay, I see. I think. The game differentiates between these kind of surface deposits and veins. I want to say you have to clear the surface deposits to find veins. I don't remember. It was in the tutorial. I kind of wasn't paying too close attention. It is something that they changed a little bit from the beta. In the beta, you would just find the veins. Well, they had one thing. They didn't have two. So there weren't. I want to say they didn't have the surface deposits. I don't remember. There's some little distinction there, but they only had one kind. They didn't have like a vein versus a surface deposit. There's only just one thing.
I should go to the training ground someday.
Let's see if it gives us anything else to build with at the moment. See, how's our population doing? Just for fun, since we can finally start doing some other types of building. Does it give us some place to build fit to fish?
Our scouts discovered a landmark.
That does. Awesome. Okay, and there's a landmark. Landmarks, usually if you, let's see, if you give a landmark a certain type of resource, it will compensate you. And then there's a little cooldown, and then you can kind of rinse and repeat. So in this case,
Maybe I should go to the beach.
there's a little waiting timer. Let's see.
These mines have been abandoned. But at least some of the mine shafts seem to be still functional. Some of the mining carts were not emptied. I guess whoever came here to loot the place was in a hurry.
So let's see what it asks for.
If there's a job to do, I can get it done.
But yeah, if you deliver a certain resource to it, it will gift you, something else in exchange. Like one place would give you weapons, another place would give you coal, another place would give you tools.
This is my easiest job today.
I'll try everything and achieve what I can. I'll try everything and achieve what I can.
I want to see if you can find something there.
Yes?
Maybe there is enough.
envoys asked me
Maybe
to
it's
wait
just
right
the
here.
terrain texture.
Yes?
In the meantime, let's see what else we can build. Probably should explore out a bit more, so that way, when it asks for, when it asks for something else, I won't have to go around looking for it to produce it. Like you need iron for tools, if I remember right. Maybe it's not for tools, but you need it for either weapons or something higher up on a tech tree. It used to be that the toolmaker was a little farther up on a tech tree, but they've also, I think, adjusted that. I want to say there's also a new unit in the game called the Arborealist, but I'm not sure if that is available at this stage in the game. Yeah, Forester. Okay, we need some more tools before we can produce that. So in the meantime, what we can do is we can get a logging camp, put it up there. Temporarily. It looks like someone's going to pick that up, so that's nice. And these guys are idle because we ran out of wood.
This is my easiest job today.
What I might do, since we have enough planks, just there has to be a way to temporarily shut, I'll shut this off, and then that way we can save up enough logs to put down that forester down there so he can regrow this forest. We will also need more residences later on, so
Let me through.
This needs to be delivered right now.
this is definitely not optimal because the closer packed they are, the better. There's an adjacency bonus if you put them all close together, and it's kind of cool because depending on where the road is, sometimes it'll create little arches over the road. Oh, and that's just telling us that it's far away from the warehouse, so it means that people have to go really far. So it actually would behoove us to build another warehouse right here. Fortunately, warehouses, at least usually, are pretty expensive buildings. And I don't know if it's gonna let us build them this early in the game. Yeah. We need some more tools before we can build it. Actually, that's not too expensive. Our tool production's just a bit slow. Build a guild hall to recruit a new engineer. This is kind of a narrow building area, so it's definitely not the most optimal for creating a base. But it's okay, this is only like the second mission in the game. It should be pretty easy.
Will people stop asking me for directions?
Maybe I should go to the beach.
And I'm going to pause production here because there's literally no forest, so there's no point in doing that. And it is cool, like you can actually see how many logs there are right here, so you can tell that there's 4 just by looking at it. So every single resource in this game is like that. Like it has to be carted all the way down to the warehouse before it can be used by something else. It's pretty nifty.
No deliveries needed.
Yeah, let's get an engineer. And an adventurer.
What did I want to pick up again?
Cool. And we should have enough now for a forester, which will allow us to have this active. And this pathing is not optimal at all, so don't judge me. But they'll basically grow trees in their little designated area, and then they can chop them down. So it's kind of like having a renewable resource. There's something they added to the game in the beta. If you deforested an area, that was it. It might have grown back, I'm not sure. But now you can just grow it back with the forester, which is, I think, pretty nice. Build an iron mine, build a coal mine. And where is our cool little adventurer dude? There we go. So what we'll do, can actually use an ability to reveal certain areas of the map. I'm going to send them up here, and then I'm going to spread them out so they can go out and explore.
I love to be free as the wind. Need a scout? Need an ambush?
Our scouts discovered a landmark. Our scouts discovered
Nice, so
a
if we,
landmark.
for example, if we deliver this, we'll get this.
It's quite amazing.
No, I sent them up here somewhere.
Quietly.
There we go. Actually, that's cool. They have a little conceal ability.
Who
Actually, if
shall I
you
watch?
do that, you can see that in
Our
the
scouts discovered a
status,
landmark.
their kind of status menu. And let's get out of there.
Searching.
Here we go. So this actually tells us this area is an unsurveyed mining area, so we can actually send our engineers over there to survey it and find out what's there.
Who shall I watch? On it.
And let's see, we'll send. There's a couple other ones that are kind of being lazy. We'll send one up there to explore that.
Our scouts discovered a landmark. Our scouts discovered a landmark.
We're definitely cool on population right now. It shows that 57 people in our workforce are literally not doing anything out of a whole total population of 87. So we're good on population for the moment. Usually you kind of want to keep houses kind of continually building in a more hostile setting because it takes a while to populate. Bread accelerates how fast those houses populate. And you guys gonna take off.
I'm already en route. I love hard work. Is there something to do?
The envoys asked me to wait right here.
Oh, and here's another area. This is probably an area that we want. I'm not sure what the reward's going to be, if it's just going to...
This doesn't look good. Whoever this belongs to must have left in a hurry. All the crates are empty, the doors are smashed in, and it seems as if everything of value has been stolen. I wonder what has happened here.
Foreshadowing.
Let's get to work.
There we go. And let's see how that forester is doing. Nice. Now we can turn this building back on. I'm not sure if we actually even need these guys active to harvest, or if the forester just does everything on his own. Looks like some of the trees, in fact, do regrow, which is pretty nifty. But if the forester, yeah, looks like the forester plants and chops down, so we don't actually have to do anything. It looks like you can plant several foresters to have your kind of logging income, if you will. Nice. And
What's up?
let's see, what kind of... So we have coal and iron. Nice. So here's the example I was trying to kind of refer to earlier. Here we have veins, and they're unlimited, as opposed to these kind of surface resources, which are limited. Maybe they were in the beta and I just forgot about it, but... Where is the coals in the south? And you can flip the building, so they don't have to be in this orientation. RNT. I like it when it gives you the little tooltip so you don't have to memorize everything. Okay, perfect. And then we want an iron mine. A better way to do this would be to have these both facing the same way, but it's totally fine. We're going to be lazy. And what I would do, fortunately they are building this way, is what I would do next is build a warehouse right here, because, well, maybe like right there, because we have a quarry right here, we have some wood down there, and then we also have iron and coal right there. And so instead of having to travel all the way down there to deliver this, it can just deliver it right here. You can actually, if you want some down here, you can set a certain kind of a quota, if you will, for how much you want stored in the warehouse, so then they can send that down and you don't have to wait. Speaking of which, let's get these guys. Have them go right here.
Sure can use the exercise.
Is there there something to do?
Yeah, I want you to go down farther that way. And as soon as they clear this out, I'm going to put a warehouse right there, just to kind of cut down on that travel time. Also, these are not connected by roads, so that's why we're seeing that symbol pop up. Are there any? No, there are no idle engineers. We can, because of the abundance of tools, we can actually build up our engineer force just a little bit to speed this up.
I'll try everything and achieve what I can.
But for some reason, I thought they went out. Maybe they used the boats later. I'm not sure. Build a furnace. Cool.
Recruitment complete.
So this is just kind of familiarizing you with some of the different supply chains in the game. And again, that's showing that how this is far away from the warehouse. So we're about to fix that in a moment. As soon as we can get 10, we'll be good. Oh, and I paused this. That's why we don't have any to build that forester's hut. We'll build another one once they've cleared out some of that forest. So now they'll take, since they've been delivering it here, they'll take these and then deliver it to the sawmill. Then once it's processed, they'll put it back in the warehouse. And then once it's needed for something else, they'll take it out of the warehouse. But like I said, I like this system where there's a little more attention to flow and logistics.
Delivery coming through.
Perfect. It's cool. There's even like little storage areas where you can see how much they've stored up. So, and they'll continually draw from that until it's emptied. And you can see the final product right there. Then someone's going to pick it up and take it to the warehouse. You can, I'm not sure if you have to research carts or build them, but you can build donkey carts, which carry 8 resources. So instead of having them one individual going back and forth, you could have loads of 8 carried by one person on a donkey.
As long as there is peace, I'm fine. My family.
That's cool. You can see a forester planting seeds. The trees grow. And I'm not sure, 85% working. If there's a place where you can see the rate of resource acquisition. Yeah, this is another thing you have to kind of be a little careful of in the game is until I get that warehouse built, I'm just going to join if I can. You guys, I want you to get rid of this for me. It's been doing a good job. Go over a little farther over there. Can only, I think I've already mentioned it, but you can only build within your borders, so that's why you have to have them send them out to expand your borders. And so this is like the little markers of your territory. And I think I also mentioned it earlier, but you can customize the skin on these. So there's a lot of customization that you can get later in the game for appearances and other things like that. I think you can get that currency to unlock those via skirmishes, etc. Not sure if the campaign actually gives you any points towards that.
No deliveries needed?
Okay, perfect. So now we have 10. We can build our cool warehouse, and they don't have to go super far to drop everything off. I usually like to build a little ring around it, so that way it's easier for them. Fortunately, should have put it up one more, but it's okay. It's fine. And then if you kind of get a good deal from these kinds of exchanges if you use them. And now we should be able to build a furnace once we have a little more wood.
I love these deliveries. Excuse me.
Speaking of which, I want to kind of increase our wood income while we still have those logs before they're processed. So let's add on another one of those, because that forest is eventually going to be chopped down.
Let's get to work.
And here we can see that because they're carrying a bunch of resources that we have less idle laborers, so we'll eventually also need to increase the number of residences we have.
These goods are heavy.
Roads do speed up unit transportation, so they actually do serve a purpose. And if you upgrade them, it increases that speed bonus and evidently enables carts. That's a nice little thing to know.
I love these deliveries.
Having carts will speed up transportation significantly once these are done.
These goods are heavy.
And fortunately, since we have this here, as long as we have an income of planks, we can get a renewable source of stone once this quarry is exhausted. Speaking of which, we should have our little engineer guy here. He can survey the land for
Is there
us
something to do?
while we're waiting.
Need an adventure?
Maybe.
Yes.
Ready to explore.
Here, you.
Be careful!
I sure can use the exercise.
So you can actually just, as soon as that shovel icon appears, you can just click it. You don't have to go into the menu and have it click it and then click again. It'll take him a while to survey that entire location. Usually it's easier if you send them off in groups. And now I'm going to put the furnace up here since it's closer to our coal and iron production. Actually, you could even do this. It is kind of cool because they will deliver the stone of these locations before the engineers can build it, so everything is accounted for.
What a beautiful day.
And so far we have coal. We'll find out what else is over there. What we'll probably do is we have a couple that aren't doing anything. What we're gonna do
This job
is
won't
have
take
them
effort.
deliver goods so we can pick up some more stone, because right now we're really low on stone, and it would be nice to kind of extend that stone pathway to the second warehouse down there.
These goods are well.
And right now, I think we actually have enough, so we can put the toolmaker on pause, because we have a plethora of tools at the moment. There is a little research tab in the game. I'm not sure where it got put. Let's take a look. No, it's not there. Somewhere in here, there is a research tab. I think we have to build a special building to access it. Mint, coachmaker, blacksmith.
Resources found.
I wonder whether mine are
I don't remember what we need to unlock it. So here we can see that we got that nice boost from the delivery. And speaking of which, let's just do that so that speed it up a bit. And then we can build a let's see. Got an iron mine, got our furnace going. I think once it starts, that's cool. Gives us a little celebratory firework because we completed that
There
exchange.
is a job to do, I can get it done.
There we go. And then if we wanted to boost this, we could actually start, we could place a ranch and have it start producing, steaks, so to speed up that production.
I should go to the
So
training
next
grounds.
thing we're gonna build, blacksmith and a training grounds.
Resources found.
If you're playing like multiplayer or something like this, you definitely want to be doing this kind of build order. You want to be enforcing places with towers, etc., so you don't get overrun early in the game. I don't know if they supposedly, I think they adjusted that by placing like bandit camps, kind of like this between basically you and your opponents. Now you can't get zerged so early in the game. Because it used to be a thing where if you didn't put down your towers immediately, you'd just get swarmed. To compensate, though, you did get some starting units to defend with. Build training grounds, build a blacksmith, and produce weapons. So next thing we'll do is we'll build training grounds. We'll just put it right here.
None of my friends are faster than me.
And here we can see that because we built those roads, they're using the carts, which is kind of a nice little, I think, addition to the game. They had carts before, but I don't remember how you had to unlock them. And it definitely wasn't by building roads, so I think that's a nice little touch that by building that improvement, in addition to the faster speed, you also have access to carts along those routes.
When will people stop asking me for directions?
Maybe it doesn't renew. I don't see any berry bushes anywhere. Looks like we have some stone quarries. So what we can do is we can place another warehouse down here just for this little area. It seems a bit excessive, but you actually, see we're kind of running a little low on stone. And eventually this will be depleted. So having a vein with an unlimited supply will help us out, and it'll help boost our production rate. Because right now we're kind of at a bottleneck with stone, and I think that's one thing that you'll have to be kind of careful with managing when you're playing, is that you always want to stay ahead of these bottlenecks and kind of what's the word? Be proactive.
This isn't heavy at all.
And it's also cool once you build that road, the whole area around the building also becomes this kind of cobbly stone plaza, if you will. It's pretty cool. Okay. And then the blacksmith, we actually have to select what weapon. So we'll recruit new soldiers. Shield production, I think, is a good starter. Like, you can build a ton of archers, or arborealists in this case, arbalists, and they will work quite well, but they're also pretty weak. So if they get hit by anything, it's melee based, they're kind of toast. So it's okay to go something a little more tanky
Is
initially.
there something to do?
So let's recruit. And we can't recruit anymore because we've only made one shield.
If there is a job to do, I can get it done.
And what we might also want to do, let's see, how many? Just 2 more and we can build another warehouse right here. And we will need another warehouse right here so we can build a couple additional quarries, because right now that's our big bottleneck. And then we can, from there, we can go build a ranch so we can boost our furnace production. I think, let's see, this also takes steak, so we can also boost that. Very nice. There we go. Blocked by something, so it looks like we need to get our little explorer dude.
Is there something to do?
We have a couple idle ones somewhere.
Recruitment complete.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take you guys. You are gonna fill out that path so we can expand a little and get a nice road going.
Let me through.
If there's a job to do,
Then,
get it done.
right here.
Light like a feather.
You can kind of direct them in the direction you want them to go in terms of expanding out. And this gives us a little more stone. Actually, we probably should have been doing these little mini quests, because that would have removed that roadblock, and I think the game took that into account by giving us all these little areas, but it's okay.
Excuse me.
Yes?
That is why you can watch me play this and not make the same mistake. And after that, we can build a quarry. Actually, probably build 2 quarries too. Why is it showing that? Am I missing something? Here we have a quarry. Oh, we want a stone mine. That's why it was giving us that funny little... maybe we need to expand that out a little more so we can build in that area. I'm not sure what the holdup is. You guys. And expand this little area. Definitely doing well on wood now. And let's see, our shield counts up to 6, so we can recruit 6 more people. And we'll also need a couple more residences to kind of account for that. And we're going to have you guys deliver those resources. Not sure why it's not. Mines must be built above a matching deposit. Am I misreading what those deposits are? Because it looks like stone. Oh, it's iron. That's why. Oops. Oops. What we could do is just build a second quarry to speed this up.
Let me through.
Recruitment complete.
Should be close enough. There we go. I think what we'll do next is we'll swap production to bows. We can produce some bowmen next. These guys I think are the tankiest units. And let's see, what about our cool scouts? It's nice they have a little icon. You are gonna go up here. And the other guy
Recruitment complete.
there we go. I want you to go over here and just see what's over there. Defeat the bandit camp in the north. So we'll need a few more people. Oh, that's interesting. So we can get straight, regular rangers.
The village is growing.
There might be a subspecialty building then for
Our
them.
army is under attack.
Dude, why are you going up there? Well, I think we can all say he deserved that. That's not where you're supposed to go. Okay. Where are you, little dude? There you are.
For duty.
want you to explore this area. Let's kind of see what is over here. And you guys can collect that reward for me. Then we'll have a couple of the idle engineers. There we go. I would like you guys to expand out here. I gotta take a couple more to kind of survey that area, see if I can find a quarry. Or not a quarry, but a stone vein. Here we go.
Recruitment complete.
Reporting in. Yes.
And just a future proof. Oh, interesting. Don't have access to those yet. See, do we have access to siege equipment yet? Siege buildings, rather. Okay, no, we do not. So we don't have access to the research tree yet, or I'm assuming that the number 10 is actually sufficient to defeat that bandit camp, but we're going to over-prepare just a little bit so we don't have to go have 2 waves. Also going to create one more iron mine.
Resources found.
And a coal mine, just to have a little extra income. And then, just for fun, because why not? Actually, we have so many we don't even need them. It doesn't hurt, though. And I would also say that using stone roads frees up some of our workers for other projects. So you don't actually need as many carriers once all these things are built, or once all the roads are stone. Same with donkeys. Interesting. Okay, we don't have access to the ranch yet.
Complete.
I want to see if it does any of the cool little arches. Okay, and we have a decent enough force that we're going to go and send them out. Can assign groups in this, via Control 1.
Of course. Is there a job to do? Duty calls.
Looks like that's the only entrance into that valley, too. So, that's pretty convenient. Yeah, we went a little overboard, but it's okay. I don't think they have any towers. I thought those were defensive towers. That's why I went a little more out. But yeah, we went overboard. It's okay, though. It's kind of... it's a tendency I had, nasty tendency I had to play with any RTS, is to have way more units than I need for an attack, like just overwhelming assault. We could have finished this level so much sooner. Oops. It's probably going to have us...
Recruitment complete.
search for survivors. Here, I'm gonna... Interestingly enough, I have like almost no one who's not occupied. One thing I should definitely do is build a road front. Let's see, do we have enough? Yeah, we have enough. Ish.
Excuse me.
This needs to be delivered right now.
I'm gonna steal one of the engineers so we don't have to wait. All we need is one. You, sir, gonna go right there.
Where's the healer? Duty calls. Moving out. Quickly. Quickly.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna claim to be the most efficient at this first level. I'm just kind of taking my time,
Our scouts discovered
as
a
you can tell
landmark.
by the hour playtime for the 20-minute mission.
Order received. Moving out. Moving out.
Oh, that's cool. Here's like another little village.
No deliveries needed. As long as there is peace, I'm fine.
My body hurts. Finally, we meet a friendly face. The guards want us to wait for their leader, but I think it would be better to invite them into our town. I'll give them our location, and then we'd better head back to camp. Who knows when those bandits will come back for an encore?
Meru Ana, and welcome. You must be the envoys I was told about. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Princess Ajala of the Maru, eldest daughter of the Great Queen and rightful heiress to the throne. My people have spotted your arrival on our shores, and I was informed by your advisors that you are seeking refuge on our land. You are welcomed in the Maru Kingdom with open arms. We offer you our help to get settled and ease the burden of the long journey. I will act as your liaison to my people, and we can work together to make sure your arrival goes as smoothly as possible.
Now that you have met our envoys, I wonder why you were attacked right outside your village.
I already heard about that incident. It pains me to hear that you had trouble with the local bandits. They have been a nuisance for quite some time now. Unfortunately, we won't be able to share much of our food or goods with you, because they raided our settlement just 2 nights ago. They almost stole the entire harvest. If you agree to help us retrieve the stolen goods, I will make sure that you are granted full trade rights and free passage through our territory. Our scouts tell me that the bandits have set up camp in the north. I will work out a plan with your guildmaster.
Defeat the bandits behind the Maru settlement. I think we can do that.
Quickly!
Cool beans.
These goods are heavy.
control. Order received. Of course.
Our scouts discovered a landmark.
Taking aim.
Yeah, I think this is going to be pretty quick.
Duty calls.
Nice.
The situation is under control.
Oh, there's another one. There we go.
I'm hurt.
Enemy in sight. Our scouts discovered a landmark. Our army is under attack.
Standing by.
Recruitment complete.
I need a break.
Kind of cool how it keeps that point of reference for where you would click to attack move. And I like how they're giving you a bunch of freebies too. Like, it's like, hey, here's some more soldiers so you don't have to make them. I'm okay with that.
Just a few bruises.
Oh, there we go. So yeah, all you have to do is defeat this one building and then we win the game. And that's the same for skirmish mode as well. If you defeat the warehouse, and they don't have any other warehouses, that's it. Yeah, it does appear like the elementalists that have a pretty strong anti-building damage, like ridiculously overpowered. So I'm okay with that, though. It definitely speeds up the game. Used to take forever to get rid of buildings. Also like that they kind of have the little... Kind of reminds me of Age of Empires with throwing little torches.
I need some rest.
Okay, retrieve the stolen goods. Okay, engineers, I want all of you to come here. There we go. Could actually set up a little base there if we were really lazy. I think that's it. All you have to do is just collect it and now we're good. Gonna take a bit. Not sure if there's a fast forward option or not.
Just a few bruises.
See what's over here just in the meantime. I'm surprised I didn't have anyone come and pick those up.
As long as
Oops.
there is peace and no crime.
I don't know if they can. I don't think. Yeah, it's only engineers that can pick it up, unfortunately. Yeah, it's gonna be a while. Had I known, I would have brought the engineers with me and held them at the back. So, fun
I
that.
need some rest. I think I'm hurt.
If you want, you can cue the Johnny Cash music for that. I mean, since nothing else is going on, I can build a farm. Have a little fun. Oops. Not where I want it. Wonder how I can delete that structure. There is a... There we go. Oops. It doesn't get the road back. Oops, oops, oops. There. Let's build another engineer down there. We have a bunch of people who aren't working, so we can get away with it. Might have almost been better to just make a warehouse there, just in case they have to make multiple trips. That'd be a nightmare.
Recruitment complete.
I don't want to make a bunch of trips. I hope I brought enough. Please. I don't know if anyone on the channel watches Mystery Science Theater 3000, but without spoiling it, this kind of reminds me of the episode with Hercules and the Moon Men. I'm not going to say anymore. If you get the reference, you get it. Oh, and specifically the sand. The sand. This is exactly like that moment. Oh no. How much is there? Crap.
What's up? I'll look into it.
Okay.
The envoys asked me to wait right here.
What's up?
Oh no. Please don't make me. Maybe it would literally be faster to build a warehouse right there and they can just all chuck it in a warehouse. Oh no. I see something, can I?
Almost anything.
No, I can't. Oh. Please just let it be like one delivery. Like, oh my gosh. Please. I guess that means we're gonna just build a bunch more engineers. Just cause, oh my gosh, it's painful. Yep, and you're gonna start, yeah, you're gonna start tool making again, dude. And I'm going to make a bunch of residences, cause, yeah, no reason not to. Oh, there's some berry bushes. How about that? Oh, and there's what I was talking about.
This needs to be delivered right now.
My hands hurt. This needs to be delivered right now.
What we'll do. There we go.
My easiest job today.
I guess it's gonna make us wait till we finish all of that. That's pretty. Oh my gosh. Just why? So yeah, if you do this level, know that you're gonna have to wait till you deliver all of the goods, and I mean all of the goods. So build lots and lots of engineers. Just build lots of them. That might have been a bad decision for the level design, but it doesn't mean this game isn't cool in its own way. I think you'll see more of it shine like come skirmish mode, etc. It's a very pretty game. It's kind I don't know, it's kind of relaxing in its own little way. When you're not having to wait 20 minutes to cart back resources. I don't know if I can do this to you guys. I'm just gonna, yeah, you'll see though, but man. Who knew? Let's see, is there a place we can build a warehouse? Yeah, I guess we could build it right there if we sent out a bunch of dudes to rapidly. I need just a bunch. I need a ton of engineers though. That's what I need right now. Like a lot. Oh, and I can probably stop the. I don't need that many warriors anymore. There's no point in having the furnace do anything right now. Same for the blacksmith. Free up a few people. Okay. Gonna get the dudes that aren't doing anything. I want all of you to expand our influence in this direction so we can just take it. Doing great on population though. It's also kind of cool how they leapfrog.
One more delivery.
Yeah, so I would say, again, kind of reiterate, build a ton of engineers. As soon as you kill those guys, have your guys expand your territory up here, build a warehouse, and then have all your engineers just go and pick that stuff up. Otherwise, that's a really long trek back to your base. It's really long. We had donkeys, it might have actually been doable, but without them, it just makes it pretty tedious. Okay, you guys. I want you guys to expand up here. There you go.
Let's get to
And
work.
you guys are going to expand up to here. You
There's a job to
guys.
do, I can get it done.
Yeah, just to cut down on some of that delivery time. Not buildable.
Where can I help?
Yeah, we don't want to take any of the delivery dudes off their task. You guys are going to help out a little more with this. This literally shows how many I have assigned to each little pile. So, like, that's 15 guys just to deliver, but it's so freaking far. Maybe there's something I'm missing with how to complete this. Oh, did I maybe I really did miss something. Oh gosh. Maybe this little icon is pointing to the bandit's main base and I just thought it was a harbor. That's embarrassing. Okay. There we go. Where are you guys? Okay.
Crossbows ready.
You all are gonna go right here. Maybe it'll finish. Yeah, I missed this little. I thought it wanted us to get all those supplies. That actually makes a bit of sense. Okay. I can't even expand the territory anyway, so.
The envoys asked me to wait right here.
There we go.
Ready to serve.
That's probably my bad, not the level design. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. So yeah, I just saw that and I was like, oh, it's a dock area. But I missed this. Oh my gosh.
Moving out.
Yeah, I think I might look into video editing to save you guys these kinds of mistakes in the future. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? Oh. The whole time it was literally right there. Okay. I just died a little inside. There we go. I can't believe it was this.
Now that is what I call hasty travel arrangements. Most of the goods are gone. Nothing of value seems to have been left here. A couple of stones, a few papers, and the remains of maps and broken weapons. I don't think that they were expecting to meet such a dedicated force as ours. Maybe there is something in all this rubble. I better haul that back home and take a thorough look at it.
Oh my. Dang it. Start the meeting.
We were too late. She's gone.
lost her? That is unacceptable. I demand that we follow her right away.
Well, we can't leave that quickly. I understand why you want to follow her, but I'm not sure that we can help you.
We need your protection.
Maybe. But I didn't save our people from a war just to throw them into another one.
As long as these criminals are out there, our people and yours won't be safe. The Bandit Queen will surely crave for revenge.
And I guess you want back what they stole from you.
Do you really think I care about this? They could come back anytime and we wouldn't be prepared. The Maru are peaceful people. We're not prepared to fight. They would slaughter us.
We could teach you how to defend yourselves, but it will take time.
We will have to rebuild what they burnt down, and this island will be too small for both our people very soon.
The bandits left this behind. Maybe this can tell us more.
Prayer stones. They are used for burial ceremonies. These thieves must have gotten them on Reach Island. It's a beautiful island close by. Could you verify that the ruins are undisturbed?
I'll prepare our departure.
I don't know, his name should be like Sulky. Like, how many times does he like just look like he's just sulking hardcore? Sorry about that, guys. What I'll do is after I upload it, I'll see the point that I missed that little bitty hint on the map, and I'll give you guys a timestamp so you can just skip it if you want to and go to the very end of the video. There we go. Okay. I'll do some more of the campaign a bit later, as well as a skirmish. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time.